Empire 7692, Redmond Tower, hold short runway 11 for release.
Holding short, Empire 7692.
Redmond Tower 54477, reporting left base 11.
Cessna 477, make right
Climbing
360.
to 5,500.
Right 360, will report re-established 54477.
Cessna 8 off Charlie, turn right, runway 5, right on Bravo, contact ground.
Turn it right onto runway 5 and then right onto Bravo, contact ground.
Okay, let's make our heading 360, please.
360.
Looks like the weather is not so good, kind of in that general
that
area.
way. North and then we'll go to towards prison.
Perfect.
Cessna 6480, Papa, turn right Bravo 3, contact ground.
Right on Bravo 3, contact ground 640 Papa.
Empire 7692, runway 11, line up and wait, traffic, left base, Cessna.
Line up away, runway 11, Empire 7692.
Redmond Tower 54477, re-established.
Cessna 03 Papa, say distance.
03 Papa, we're about half a mile from ZVET.
Cessna 03 Papa, make a right 360 at CVET.
We'll make a right 360 at ZVET, Cessna 03 Papa.
Redmond Tower 757 on the Yankee.
Empire 7692, fly runway, heading runway 11, clear for takeoff, no delay.
Clear for takeoff, runway 11, runway heading, Empire 7692.
Cessna 54477, runway 11, clear to land, traffic departing, Caravan.
11, clear to land.
Outside the Delta now.
North vector traffic, Cessna 5265 Lima, 2 miles south of Smith Rock at 6,100, climbing to 6,500, heading northbound. North practice. Came with us.
Gonna be so confused when it gets out.
Leveling off at 6,500. Throttle to 2,400.
Okay, cool. You have an electrical fire.
I have an electrical fire. There was a master switch off, avionics switch off, electrical switches all off, cabin vents and vents all closed, cabin air and heat off, and fire extinguisher, we don't have fire extinguishers, so those are the rest of the checklists.
Which is?
Which is master switch. If the fire's out, if fire's not out, I'll make a emergency landing at Western Ranch to our right. If the fire's out, I'll put the master switch on. Circuit breakers, I'll check but do not reset it. Radio switches all off. then avionics master back on. Radios and electrical switches turn on one at a time and see if what's the problem. And vents and cabin air heat back open.
Okay. Cool. You have a fire on your right wing.
Fire on my right wing. On the fire. All lights on except for the beacon lights. And side slip to land at the...
All lights on?
All lights off except the beacon light. Emergency landing at Western Ranch Airport.
Okay. Cover.
Recover.
You have a cabin fire.
Cabin fire. Master switch off, vents all closed, and then fire extinguisher out if possible. Cabin ventilate and land as soon as possible.
Okay. A lot of emergencies, right? Got to get all those red ones to become automatic, so that's a lot of chair flying. You'll remember from all the other ones. Fortunately, we don't have that many problems in the single engines we do in the multi.
Right.
Cool. All right, let's navigate to an area where it is safe to do our steep turns.
Steep turns.
Are you at full power?
Nope.
Okay. I'm not saying you need to be. It just sounds like it's slowing down a little bit. And it could indicate carb icing. Which we're kind of out of the visible moisture now. I say we could turn that off.
I think this is a pretty good area for steep turns.
It is, except that it's on the approach path for 3-4.
No. Out for a bit more, and then maybe descend a little bit.
Yep. We only need 1,500 feet.
North practice traffic, Cessna 5265 Lima over the Haystack Reservoir at 6,300, descending to 5,500. North practice. this looks good.
Okay.
Halifax area 6286 Mike, 5,300 over the gap, back to red front correct.
Okay, before manual checklist, clear turns to the left. Fuel selector on. Flaps are at 0. Mixture is lead. Car lead off. Beacon light on. Wing needles are on both. Belt seats are on and secured. Manual checklist complete. Clear turns to right. North practice traffic, Cessna 5265 Lima, 4 miles south of prison at 5,500, practicing steep turns, north practice. Okay, heading up, approximately 350. Target speed is 95. And target altitude is 5,400. We're above 4,500 feet AGL. Speed turns to the left.
Red line. Red line. Got a 10-degree negative angle.
Halifax area 6286 Mike, over the
Red
gap,
line.
5,400, we're back to red, I'm call north practice.
Oh, we descended a lot.
Kind of a lot. Yeah, pretty typical on the right side. So even though you kept pulling the power back, we kept heading the red line. That's an indicator that we are
Descending.
Yep.
Let's look at the airspeed. It was like 80 something.
Yeah.
So I thought I should put the power back in, but going back to 5,400. Once more steep turns. Once more. About 2,300. Start from 2,300.
2,300
Ish.
RPM?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure. Let's wait till we accelerate to our cruise speed before we bring that power back, though.
Okay. To the left.
Yep, low. What was our starting altitude?
55.
What was our starting heading?
350.
So as we roll out with the steady back pressure, we start to climb, right? Let's maintain 5-6.
56.
Look outside, you can see the nose is dropping. Good, pick it up. Nice. More back pressure, we're descending. Okay, watch it, we're almost touching 60. Yeah, it's tough. Don't get too frustrated.
I'll pick a reference again and then try it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and fly further away from the prison.
Okay. Fly away from the prison.
Well, we can go north, just not directly over.
Okay.
I think on both of those, we probably needed full power.
Full power.
Yep.
Wouldn't it hit the red line?
If you descend 300, 400 feet,
Okay.
and if it does, we bring the power back a little bit. But if we don't add power, then we're going to get slow and descend. There's a certain point where the lift doesn't meet the drag, and we'll have to burn the energy somewhere to remain aloft. And we'll just be in a constant descent.
I'll use that close reference and try again.
Okay.
Picking up airspeed.
Yep, so before you bring that power back, accelerate. Stabilize your aircraft. Okay, heading was 030, altitude 55. A little bit more bank. Less back pressure, we are 100 feet high. Okay, watch your red line. Bring the nose up. Nose up, roll out, pick up the nose, roll back in. Power setting. Good. Looking stable. Descending again. Okay, flight controls.
Controls.
Any particular reason you don't like to use trim?
I never used trim when I was flying the single engine.
Okay.
Just 2 turns. I did pretty decent job.
Yeah.
Before, but
now you have a totally different sight picture, right? North practice area, 5265 Lima is 2 miles north of the prison, maneuvering at 5,500 westbound. North practice. Okay. Let's get that speed up to about 85, 90. Then we can bring that power back. We're gonna set the trim. Everything's on the way I want it. Cruise checklist is complete. Verified. Yep. Okay, so we'll start at 545 and a heading of about 27. Okay. So what we can do is we roll in at 30 degrees. We're going to start adding back pressure in about 200 RPM, and then we're going to add back pressure, right? And 1, 2, 3 things of trim, and it should fly it itself. Pull out a little bit if it starts to descend. Add a little bit of forward pressure. It should more or less hold it itself. No thinking involved, right? I have a sight picture now that's holding us steady. 27 or wherever I was pointing before is coming around, right? Don't push it down too far. Let that nose come up a little bit if it needs to. Roll in and add one more trim. Add some right rudder if you need it. Keep an eye on your altitude. If you're climbing, push forward a little bit. Nice and steady, it should drop back down. Wants to roll out a little bit more right rudder. That's going to help us descend as well. I hear the engine is speeding up. I'm just going to blindly turn it down. Look over, fine. And the trim is going to help me just kind of hold it right where it needs to be the whole time. Coming back around to our heading here between 27 and 3. Start rolling it out, and now we can start pitching the nose down and holding it down. Go through our wake there. That might help you out a bit.
okay.
So,
three trims.
3 trims left, and we'll add one more on the right. Just a little bit of back pressure there. Keep rolling all the way through. Good. So big climb there, so we're going to push forward a little bit. Get back down. Set it back up. And see, you got to keep an eye on that bank, right? It's got to be steep turns. That'll stop us from climbing. All right, keeping an eye on your heading. Rolling out. Roll all the way through. One more. Don't let the nose fall on its own. Give it a little bit of back pressure to help. Okay, cool. Holding itself pretty well, right? Not too much, that'll start a descent. If you start getting close to 60, you will absolutely descend. Nice and stable. Okay, nose is starting to drop again. You can see it by looking outside. Rolling out. Better. Now, if you need to, when you roll out, let the nose climb. Right? So usually we're trying to stop the balloon, but if we're low, we need a balloon.
Right.
Let the balloon happen, then pitch forward. Cool. When you're ready, let's do some lazy eights.
Eights. Turn back to prison.
Yep.
The respective traffic Cessna 5265 Lima, 2 miles north of prison at 5,400. Doing high performance maneuvers, north practice. To the left first.
Cessna 589, show Papa over Terrebonne at 5,800, heading northbound.
Fuel checklist, fuel selector on, flaps are at 0, mixture clean, throttle set, car beat is off, Landing light is on, magnetos are on both. Premium seatbelt seats on is secure. Premium circle is complete. Good reference.
Your heading indicator.
Heading indicator. Okay, lazy 8. 5 degrees, pitch up. Gain 200 feet. Passing 90. And back to 55. Passing 135. Pitch level and back level. Alright. 5 degrees.
North practice area, Cessna 5890 Papa, 3 miles north of Sailbon, heading northeast at 5,700
Gain
feet.
200 feet.
Practicing maneuvers, North practice area.
Passing 90 degrees point. Going back to 55. Passing 135. And back level and pitch level.
Okay, did we enter at 100 knots?
About 90. I didn't touch the power, but
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, we have some various things. So, I want to do that one closer to about 2300.
2300.
So there was a lack of symmetry between the left and the right side. I think maybe you corrected how steep you went on the right one. Cool. Can I show you a lazier way to do it?
Yeah.
Cool. Go down to south. North practice area. Cessna 5265 Lima is over the prison, maneuvering southbound at 5,300. North practice. Okay, plenty of altitude. Let's stabilize the aircraft right about there. Trim to hold that. Wants to climb. Okay, so we can turn it about 5 degrees and just pitch back. And as it slows down, it's going to roll over all by itself. In fact, all we need to do is stop it. Keep the timing just right. We kind of want it to start rolling out about here. On its own. Should seek out what we trimmed it for. And the dihedral effect should start kicking in right about now. And rolling us level on our heading there. And all we need to do is get it to the other side and pitch back. And slow it down. What that's going to do is stop the elevator from providing enough nose up force. Now the overbaking tendency is taking over. I just need to fight that. Rudder if it needed. This plane seems to not need a whole bunch. And then again, we're going to time the thing. We sank below our altitude there. That's okay. We can climb back up a little bit. Timing that turnaround to 168, letting the overbaking tendency lose the battle to the dihedral effect, rolling out close to our heading there. Kind of just letting the stability features of the aircraft kind of walk through what's going on there.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Let's figure out where we can go do Chandelles.
Rear SIP's good.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, that works for me.
look at the heading indicator. 10. 0. Okay. 30. Full power. Catch up.
Perfect.
Passing 90.
Good. Nicely done. 45. 40 to 45 is proper maximum performance. Really smooth. I like it. Now be careful with the Cessna 152. It doesn't have enough power to pitch down that fast. You just really have to wait before you pitch down. Cool.
And right.
We're a little bit close to some clouds. Let's go out to the right for the right one.
See the Hawk flying by?
I missed the Hawk. It was in my blind spot, Maverick. So some of the, so what happens when we have propeller nicks is they go in there and they spread it out. They call it blending, but you're removing mass and lift from the propeller. So on some of the older propellers, you'll find that the planes are more susceptible for overspeeding. Hello.
Three 0. Bang 30. Power and pitch up.
A little less bank, a little bit more pitch up. We need to slow way down.
Do it again. Heading of 060. 360. Full power. Pitch up.
A little bit too much bank. Good.
Practice air Cessna
Right outside.
Papa over the gap at 5,900 feet, heading northbound, practicing maneuvers, north practice area.
Turn right a little bit. Avoid the clouds.
Sure. Yep.
Good. Maintaining altitude and gaining airspeed.
I'd like to fly over there and see if we can get up to about 7,000 feet AGL and do steep spirals.
We usually do steep spirals to the right or the left.
So let's start with you doing it from the right because you can see what you're doing that way and you'll get used to this plane. But before We go to EOC and check ride. Let's have you capable of doing it from the left.
Okay. North practice traffic Cessna 5265 Lima, 4 miles east of Madras Airport at 6,500 climbing to 7,000 northwestbound. North practice.
Hey. Definitely dodging the clouds now. We can go ahead and start getting set up here.
Okay. For a level. Throttle back to 2,300.
We'll preemptively turn this on.
RP. Mixture is set. Trim is set. Okay, wind check. I think the wind is relatively calm right now.
Okay.
Take a reference.
Dodge that cloud.
Go that way and pick a reference.
Sure. How about, or something
way?
off, just any, first thing you see.
Going down to 16.
Go between 60 and 70.
Yeah,
70 is a better number.
70.
Keeps us further away from a accelerated stall.
Okay.
North Purchase area, Cessna 5265 Lima is 3 miles east of Madras Airport, descending through 6,000, steep spiral at Capello.
first turn. Second.
Nicely done. Cool. Let's start heading back towards Redmond.
Heading back to Richmond.
North practice area, Cessna 5890 Papa, 3 miles northwest of Six Springs at 5,900 feet, heading northeast and practicing maneuvers. North practice area.
How would you teach somebody to fly straight and level?
I'll use the integrated, like integrated. What was it? Integrated flight.
Integrated flight instruction.
Flight instruction.
Yep.
So that's the usage of flight instruments from the beginning of the maneuver. So I first tell them to just look outside and make the side picture that you think it's straight and level flight. And then after he or she does that, let's say look at the attitude indicator and then correct how the straight and level flight looks like, using the attitude indicator like this. And then look outside again and see the horizon, what do you call it, the gap between the horizon and the cowling.
Sure, yeah.
And then look outside, maintain that gap, and then verify with the attitude indicator. So 90% outside, 10% inside.
Uh-huh. What if you do that and you find the aircraft keeps nosing up?
The trim setting is wrong.
Oh, okay.
So, and then...
So do we trim for a pitch or do we trim for an airspeed?
That's a good question.
So we trim for an airspeed. My controls?
Controls?
If we have the trim set here and the air is unstable right now.
Sure.
So it's kind of hard to show this as well as would be early in the morning, but we seem to be trimmed for about 80 knots. Right? So if I pitch down, over time, we're going to get more downforce on the tail, and it's going to nose us back up again. It's going to go and seek out 80 knots. So it's going to start climbing. Was that lightning?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Saw the flash.
Saw a flash.
Yeah, I saw a flash.
Okay.
North practice area Cessna 5890 Papa 5,900 feet, 7 miles southeast of the prison, practicing maneuvers and heading northbound to North practice area.
Thunderstorm, nothing reporting. On that. North practice area 5265 Lima is, where are we? 4 miles south of Madras. Just saw some lightning. Looks like it was distant from southeast Prineville Airport. North practice.
Huh.
Okay. What was I saying? Oh,
How far do you think?
So you were saying that it will go back to 80?
Probably further than 15 miles southeast of Prineville.
Are you guys heading back to Redmond?
Affirmative. So, trim, I'm going to try to do two things now. Lightning distant northeast from, that's
closer than Prineville.
that was Bend.
That's Bend, so it's above Prineville.
And distant south. South. Okay, so it's somewhere in here.
About the east practice area?
East practice area is a no-go.
The Lima Mike should come back.
Yeah. And south, so kind of hard to say. Distant is more than 10.
Yeah.
Can we trim for an airspeed?
Yeah,
So if we slow down, what it's going to do is the tail will lose downforce and it'll pitch. And this is what we're looking at right now is dynamic stability. And it's going to get fast again. And the downforce is going to start feeling trim up here. So it's going to start pitching us up again. And if it has positive dynamic stability, then over time it's going to get to
80.
Our airspeed, right? So each time it should go closer to our airspeed before it starts resetting itself. So to answer the question, you pitch for you trim for an airspeed. If your student levels off and immediately pulls power back from a cruise climb, so like we're climbing and then they go pitch, power, trim, and then the aircraft continues to accelerate, it's going to start pitching back to whatever they trimmed it for, right? And they'll never be able to stabilize the aircraft. So teach them to get the airspeed. They can relieve control pressure, but get the airspeed that they're intending, then trim the aircraft, and it should hold the airspeed that way.
The pitch power trim?
Yep.
So the downwash decreases and the tail down force also decreases, and then makes the aircraft nose low.
I usually don't teach it from a downwash perspective. I just kind of leave it strictly on the elevator.
Tail down force?
I don't know that it's not related to downwash. I'm just trying to keep it simple.
Okay. So you're teaching in a tail down force perspective?
From that standpoint, it just makes it a little bit, it's more simplified. And I'm flying an airplane when I'm teaching it. That's fun to do when the air is stable and you're not trying to look for weather reports on lightning. Because it will ultimately seek out and hold the airspeed.
Kind of oscillate and then come back.
There's Haraj for the report. Okay, let's go ahead and get the ATIS, please.
Flight service frequencies. Flight on initial contact information, Juliet. Revan Tower information, Juliet. 2356 Zulu, wind 2707. Visibility 10 light rain. Ceiling 4,900 broken. 6,000 overcast. Temperature 142.8, altimeter 3002. Remarks, lightning distance southeast. Rain began 46 past the hour. I have approach runway 23 and 29 are in use. Copperleaf, Seattle, San Francisco, Portland, Salt Lake City. Hazardous weather information within Oregon available on flight service frequencies. Flights on initial contact information, Juliet. Revan Tower information, Juliet. 2356 Zulu, wind 2707. Visibility 10 light rain. Ceiling 4,900 broken. 6,000 overcast. Temperature 142.8, altimeter 3002. Remarks, lightning distance southeast. Rain began 46 past the hour. I have approach runway 23 and 29 are in use. Copperleaf, Seattle, San Francisco, Portland, Salt Lake City. Hazardous weather information within Oregon available on flight service frequencies. Flights on initial contact information, Juliet.
At 20 or 25 nautical miles from lightning. 20.
Yeah, 355 Lima is 2,000 feet above us. Or left. Direct vector traffic Cessna 5265 Lima, 4 miles north of Terrebonne at 4,300 southbound back to Redmond. Last call, north practice.
North passenger traffic Cessna 3555. That's for Grey Goose and 6,500 northbound maneuvering slow flight North Pacific area.
So brave.
Say what?
That's brave. That's bold.
They probably don't know about it. There's behind them.
Should we tell them? No.
North practice area 5265 Lima. The ATIS is reporting lightning in the distance south of Redmond Airport.
Redmond Tower Cessna 5265 Lima.
Says 5265 Lima, Revan Tower.
Cessna 5265 Lima over Terrebonne with information Julie, request full stop.
Cessna 65 Lima, inner report of right base for runway 23.
Inner report right base for runway 23, Cessna 5265 Lima. for steep turns. 3 nose up trims and just look outside, and then if the nose starts to drop, a little bit of back pressure like this.
Yeah.
And
then really do pay attention to your bank, because if you go beyond 50, it will start to send a lot. Our tail downforce will be greatly reduced as it becomes a horizontal component of lift, right?
Right.
And if you roll out, if you get past 45 degrees, roll level, it'll start nosing up deeply. So the bank control is really important.
Any reason you use one more trim when you go to the right?
So we're creating more drag. So our total lift has to go up.
We are creating more drag by using the trim.
So to the right, we're fighting, with the right rudder, we're fighting the left turning tendency.
Right.
So we have the adverse yaw and the left turning tendencies working against us. We are right base 2-3?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're creating more yaw that results in more drag, so we're doing making more lift.
Yep. Okay. Drag slows us down. We need a little bit more power. Usually don't have any more power in the 152.
Usually the right one is harder because I think because of that part is covered. Before landing check, seatbelt seats are on and secured. Flaps are at 0. Car beat on. Landing light is on. Shut up.
Did you report base?
On. I didn't report base yet. Landing check complete. Freedom Tower, Cessna 5265 Lima, reporting right base runway 23.
Cessna 65 Lima, runway 23, code on.
Runway 23, correct to land, Cessna 5265 Lima. Left 10.
Cessna 65 Lima, wind 250 at Niner.
5265 Lima.
Left 20. 470.
Nice. So this is another spot where trim is our friend as well. We want to be able to let go of the controls and have it kind of hold that speed for us.
Sudman Tower Cessna 589, Sierra Papa, over O'Neill.
Sky 589er, Sierra Papa, Redmond Tower, enter report a right base runway 23, and verify information, Juliet.
Airspace 60 knots, BSI below 600, central line established, mixture enriched, left set, okay. Clear to land runway 23.
A little high for that sound. Good. Get that left rudder in though.
Yeah.
Still left rudder.
Left rudder.
There we go.
Cessna 65 Lima Lab, taxi to parking via Bravo and monitor ground point.
Taxi to parking via Bravo, monitor ground point 8 Cessna 5265 Lima.
Good job in adding the power there.
Yeah. The runway illusion got me. The taxi to parking via Bravo, right?
Uh-huh.
Redmond Tower Cessna 5890 Papa on right base, runway 23.
Static 9 Sierra Papa, runway 23, clear to land.
Runway.
Okay. After lane check, throttle 1000. Radio tower flaps off, trim, neutralize. Heartbeat is off, mixture grounding. Light off. Pitot heat off. Transponder squawking VFR. Leave the landing light on. Right clear, left clear, forward clear. Bravo 2 is clear. Blue is clear. Blue 3 is clear.
Cessna 90 Papa Roger, enter left downwind, runway 29 report base.
Down the right.
Yeah. Last spot. Okay, shutdown checklist. Brakes apply, throttle 1000. The switches all off. Avionics master up.